Ooh, let's go, boys. USA, baby. Oh. What's going on, guys? James here. I'm gonna keep it real with you. The report has a lot to unpack, especially about this country and oh wow. But before I get started telling you what I liked and didn't like about the report, if this is your first time here at the channel, welcome to Real James. Now if you're wondering who that is, that's me, and I love talking about movies, so I drop a new video each and every week. If you haven't already, hit the big red button below, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you get notified each time I drop something new. Also, go ahead and like this video, share it with your friends, and in the comments below, let me know what you think Adam Driver's best performance is going to be this year. Alright guys, so let me waste no more time and get into Amazon Studios' latest film, The Report. So the reason I was really interested in The Report is because of Adam Driver, who's really good in this role. He plays Dan Jones, who led the team that really uncovered a lot of the CIA's incredibly ineffective and unethical interrogation techniques post 9/11. It's very unethical. The way he really navigates through the role and starts off as a very calm, level-headed person, and then by the end you can see he's passionate, he's letting his emotions take over. It's fantastic. It's probably because Adam Driver is really good at working in between the script, if that makes sense. His little nuances in the characters that he plays just really work for me, and in this film, it's really no exception. Now, The Report really does feel like an informational film. I mean, there's a ton of stuff to unpack here, and director and writer Scott Z. Burns does a good job at really teaching the audience who might be unfamiliar with a lot of the in-between stuff. There are plenty of key details that I even missed when the report first got declassified and put out there for the public to read and see. Which actually leads me to my next point, which is I was incredibly intrigued from scene to scene because my eyes couldn't leave the screen, especially in that first half, which produced a lot of shock value. Guys, I was incredibly uncomfortable, but that is a good thing because that's what the movie wanted to do, is make the audience feel exactly, well, how they should feel if they're human beings. But what the film does is go from being a very intense political thriller to a very methodical political thriller in the second half of the movie. So there's a good balance that the director finds between both. So not only was Adam Driver really good in this movie, but you had to have the other half of the pie, and that is Annette Bening, who plays Senator Feinstein. Oh my goodness. Now, I don't know how Senator Dianne Feinstein actually acts and speaks in person, but I know that Annette Bening really does a good job at just playing to the character, you know, stoic, will put her foot down when she needs to, and there's a good complement between both Adam Driver and Annette Bening. It's just really smooth, and they both play off each other very well. Now, there are some things about The Report that I really didn't like, and that's how long the movie felt. Now, the movie is just shy of 2 hours, but that second half really did drag. Once the movie stopped producing shock value moments and became a very methodical political thriller, like I said a little while ago, you start to realize that the movie is a little bland. And that's probably because the source material doesn't really lend itself to theatrics in the second half of the movie. It's more so educational. And that's not a bad thing, trust me, because I was learning a ton. But as an audience member, I was a little tired. And then one thing I realized once the film hit the home stretch is that outside of actor Jon Hamm and Annette Bening, you don't get really good performances. For me, I didn't really feel many scenes were carried upon the shoulders of these supporting actors, and that's what they tried to do in some moments. But other than that, I can't say too many more bad things about The Report because what it does is it impacts a ton of things, and it teaches you about a very critical moment in this country's really stained history. And yes, it puts a lot of those people who benefited from this on blast. And Adam Driver really is the perfect fit for Dan Jones. I mean, in this post 9/11 world, he captures really what the American people felt, which is these interrogation techniques were really unjustified. But what I'm trying to say is that Adam Driver is on fire this year. The dude has already turned in a great performance with Marriage Story. He's good in this film, and I can't wait to see what he does in The Rise of a Skywalker. Alrighty guys, so that's my take on The Report. If you enjoyed everything you just heard and saw, go ahead and hit the big red button below and subscribe. I'm so thankful for each and every subscriber, and we've only been growing. So thank you to each and every person that has subbed, and don't forget to like this video, share this with your friends, and in the comments below, let me know what you think of the film when you see it. Alrighty guys, so until next time, I'll catch you at the next screening. I don't know, let me just fold that up very nicely, yeah.